Okay guys, this lesson is going to be an overview of using AutoCAD and the electronic symbols template. You'll need this to be successful in your labs in generating circuit schematics. This is not a lesson in AutoCAD itself, and this is not a CAD course, but it is suggested that you watch Mr. Lacharowitz's AutoCAD tutorial videos just to become familiar with some of the basic tools in AutoCAD. I'll be reviewing what you'll need to be successful in constructing schematics, but at the same time, good overview to know the tool itself in these videos right here. So to get started, you are going to need to download the electronic symbols template file, this DWT file here, and then we're going to launch AutoCAD and open that up. So go ahead and do that right now. Okay, so take note that the file you downloaded is a DWT, a drawing template file. It's important to keep in mind. We're going to launch AutoCAD now, so I'll minimize this. AutoCAD is found on your desktop. There's a big letter A icon. Locate AutoCAD and just double click on that. Allow that to build a profile. If you can't find it on your desktop, just do a quick search, type AutoCAD, and it should point you directly to the app. The first time you launch this, it's going to take a little while to build a profile for you, but eventually you'll get to this screen right here, and you can see I've opened this before, so I have it up here in my recents. You're just going to come down here to open files, and we'll click on that open files icon now. We're going to open a template file, and so we want to make sure this file type here says drawing template. So it will probably say drawing DWG initially. You're opening a drawing template, so change that to drawing template, and then we're going to locate that in our downloads folder. So click on this big drop down here, go to this PC, and then go to your downloads. And then you'll see your file, electronic symbols, should be there in your download file. And we'll go ahead and click open. And it opens up and you see a bunch of schematic symbols in front of you. Very first thing I'd like you to do is let's save this as a template to your computer so that each time you open AutoCAD, you'll have access to this file. So saving it on your computer to your AutoCAD templates, we're going to come over here to the big letter A, do a save as, and you're saving it as a drawing template. And I would leave it as its name, electronic symbols, unless you like something better. This is a template file, electronic symbols. It is going to default to the AutoCAD template folder. That structure looks kind of like this. You shouldn't have to change anything here. It will default to this location, and this is where we want to save it. So we're going to save this drawing template file like that. It's asking me, do I want to replace it? I'll say yes, but it should save right away for you when you get it over there. Now you have a template file you can work with every time you open AutoCAD. Okay, now that you have saved your template file, just a couple things to keep in mind in the future when you're using AutoCAD. You come up to the big letter A here as AutoCAD opens, and we'll do a new file. And we'll do a new, when we do new file, new drawing, because each file you make is actually a drawing. You do a new drawing, it prompts you to a library of templates. And here's our file that we saved earlier called electronic symbols. I'd select that file and I'd click open and it would open our template up. And so each time you're drawing a schematic, use that template and you'll be ready to go. One of the advantages that using the template is you don't have to recreate any of these symbols and you don't have to draw them out yourself. The other thing about the template, I've already built some layers for you here. A layer for wires or conductors, a layer for the symbols themselves, a layer for a reap table, a layer for annotated text that we put in here, and we have a couple layers that support our layouts or our items that we use when we're going to print our document. Now, as a reminder, before you use this template file and before you start creating your schematics, please review Mr. Lecharwitz's Getting Started with AutoCAD tutorials. He will go over each of the drawing tools, modifying tools, the annotation, notation tools, the layers. We'll also talk about some of the key settings down here on the bottom about your object snaps. I am going to mention to you right now about object snap. Make sure you have your geometric center and your midpoint on, as you'll find those quite handy when you're building circuits in the future. I will give you a couple other tutorials and lessons, both in class as well as videos, to help build schematics for some of our labs to come. Each of these symbols that are in here are blocks, and we can copy and paste these. I use this as a reference library. Just zoom out on your model space, and anywhere you go in here, you can build up the schematic you want. You'll recognize these from earlier labs, and this is where you'll work to build your schematics for each of the labs ahead. Have fun with this. As you do this, you may, if you haven't already taken the Intro CAD class, you may find a liking to this program. CAD is a part of every aspect of engineering, including electrical engineering. So I encourage you, if you haven't taken CAD, please consider signing up for it, and at least learn some of the basics here to be successful with the electrical piece to this. Okay, take care.